now for everybody. If you guys can't be on the call, I just pressed record. You haven't missed much other than us talking about accents. So we'll just keep going. There are so many exciting things happening right now, and it's almost too much to just like put out there for you guys. So I'll give you all the things that are kind of updates and things, you know, that we're focusing on, or I'm focusing on, and then just a little bit about what Josh and I talked about to maybe, you know, encourage and inspire you, because every time I get to talk to him, we talk about something and I'm like, yes, yes. And I'm just like writing and because I want to share that with you guys. But he always gives me a homework assignment, and he said, you know what your homework is, right? And I go, yeah, whatever you give me, I'm just going to continue to focus on elite. He goes, that's your homework. Because I'm speaking personally, and I want you guys to be totally honest and personal with me all the time. Elite's a goal that is mine and our team's, and I put it out there because I ask you for your goals to be vulnerable and to be real. And I think that takes a lot of guts. And so when I do the same thing, it takes a lot of guts for me to do that, because I know it's a goal that I don't do on my own. It's a team goal. And so that's really crazy to put out a goal where you're asking other people to believe in themselves and to step up and hit their goals and to be awesome and to get over those obstacles in your mind and all of those get the crap out. So I shared this. Gosh, I can't remember. There's so many chat threads going on with the retreat and with everything. I'm just like, where did I share this? In August, just after hubby coming back and going through marital counseling, and then going through counseling with our daughter and not knowing how to deal with her and her outbursts and her school issues and learning disabilities and all that stuff, and going through counseling to learn how to discipline her and how to, you know, be parents of Taylor, and then 2 suicides. And it's just been a hell of a year. And I know we all have our crap. So I get it. And I'm just putting mine out there. In August, going to Summit, seeing all of you guys awesome, and realizing, you know, I was sitting in a room getting my makeup done because Stephanie, you know, was doing that for us for the elite night. And everyone's talking about their goals and how many elite points they have and how crazy it is that they're already there with their points. And I was like, I'm such a loser. Guys, I have not focused on this at all because I gave up. And to admit that to myself was really hard, because that's not me at all. That's not our team. That's not the things that I preach to you guys ever. And so I'm sitting there and I did not speak up. I was so thankful no one asked me how many points we had because I was embarrassed that I had just let that go. And I had given that up. I even told Stephanie, I was like, Elite's not happening. And hi, Twyla. Love you. And then I went to Josh and I said, you know what, Josh, I really need to work with you and I need you to kick my butt because I am in a funk and I am not leading my team. I have dropped the ball in every ball, and that sucks to me. That sucks for them. They know it. They call me out on it, Twyla, which I love. And and that's what we're here to do, is sharpen one another, right? As iron sharpens iron, so is the countenance of our friends. All those things. And so I started working with Josh and he kicked my butt. And I hope that you guys saw that, and, you know, just us taking the ball and running with it, picking up all those balls. And yesterday, Craig Collier called me and said, I don't know how you guys did it. I really am just so floored. You have 137 points. You need 135 to be elite. You did it with a month to spare. You're still going to continue to earn points as a team. And I was just like, because that's not me, you know, that's all of us. So I just think you guys are amazing, not just for points, but because look at what we can overcome. Anything. And I'm talking like whatever crap you're going through, it's part of our stories. It's part of what shapes us. It's part of what makes us stronger. It's all of those things that we know. But then to actually put that into action after you go through something and not wallow in it, that's the strength that exists on our team. That we pick everything up and we still keep moving forward. And I did a little live in one of my challenge, or the 2017 All Access yesterday, and it's an analogy that you guys have heard so many times. But as women and as moms, all on this page or on this call right now, I used to push a double jogging stroller, and I used to rollerblade. Oh yeah, I did, with that jogging stroller, because if I didn't have the stroller, I'd fall on my face. So I was like, look how cool I am, but don't take my stroller, don't take my stroller. I would push that thing uphill. If I decided to take a breather, that thing would roll on me and I would fall on my butt. Because that little bit of push, even if you don't feel like you're moving, you're still pushing forward. But when you stop and feel sorry for yourself, or go, gosh, that really hurts and I need to take a break, even though I'm so close to the top, all that momentum and all that work rolls back over you, and it takes twice as much energy to pick yourself up and keep going. And so I'm really glad that, and I'm really proud of us for marching forward, even on the days when we didn't think we were moving at all, we were still moving forward. So that's one thing. I just love you guys. The second thing is our awesome retreat is just coming together, and it's so exciting, and I'm sad that Jackie won't be there, but she's saving up to be at Summit and rock that out. And I'm gonna make a flat, James. I'm gonna make like those fat heads for the people who can't be there. So we'll be like, Jackie, and no, it's gonna be like enormous. We're gonna stick it in the sand, and we're gonna like hang out next to you. Anyway, I'm working on that. So everybody who can't come, you'll be there in spirit. And so we're working on the retreat and all of that fun stuff. We still have a couple of people working towards Diamond Day after the retreat, and they're going to get there, and it's really exciting to see that. There's just so much excitement right now. And I shared the 80-day obsession. Wait, hold on. I have it pulled up really quickly. I wanted to show you. Have you guys seen this? Did I share that yesterday? I think I did. It was something Craig said to me, and it's like how to launch the 80-day obsession. I'm going to post that in the files. I like that it breaks it down. There were two that I shared. One from Kim. One was a Google Drive that looked a little different. And then this one. This has more pictures, because you guys, there's so many 80-day obsession packs that it can be a little bit overwhelming if we just don't know what the heck we're doing. But it's exciting that they're giving us so many options and such great savings for us as coaches, which I was like, yes. Because I mean, some of us only need a couple things, but some people want to start. And I like the bundle that they had, which was a 3-month getting started. And it was all the supplements to Shakeology. It was everything you need to just be like, I'm in for 3 months, done. I've purchased this kind of body changing, mind shifting system. I'm ready. So I like that they're giving us a bunch of more options. So, I'll go ahead, Amy.
On the Champions page this Friday at 9 Pacific time, so 12 Eastern, 11 Central, Autumn's going live with Kim Carver.
Oh, good.
And they're going to be talking about the 80-day obsession as well, and how to launch it too.
9 a.m. Pacific?
Yes, 9 a.m. Pacific. So.
Okay.
Oh, those times.
So 12 your time. I didn't realize Lucina was, listen, I say your name wrong every time.
Join the club.
I'm just going to say L.
LaShawn.
My friends call me La, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah.
I say Lucina. I don't know why every time.
Because that's how it's spelled.
So 12 your time on Friday.
Amy's my calendar. She keeps me on task.
I don't even know. I remember when I first started coaching, I couldn't do time zones. Not at all. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know. I didn't get it. But okay, thank you. We can post that in the team.
Are you in the Champions page? Yeah, you are. Want me to tag you in it?
Yes. I don't think I get notifications on most of those groups, which sucks because I have them turned on, but then maybe they get lost. So let me get really quickly to what Josh shared, and then, we can talk about what you guys want to talk about. We just talked about how awesome you guys are, first of all, because he wants an update and everything. And Jackie, he's going to be reaching out to you to congratulate you on your diamond, which is super amazing. I ruined that. That was a surprise. I suck at surprises. There you go. Erase that. She's not there. She didn't hear it. No, she didn't hear it. Okay. We were talking about how we think we need to reinvent things. And we think that, you know, what worked for us maybe 3 years ago is definitely not going to work for us now. And it came from a conversation I was having with Dea, and Dea won't mind that I share because she's a recruiting rock star. A lot of you guys just are really great at sharing the coaching opportunity, and we get so excited about helping somebody get it started, but then we feel like we drop the ball in the onboarding process. And this is something Dea said. She goes, I really need to work on how I onboard. And I was like, I mean, yeah, but no, because you've gotten I feel like helping someone get signed up is like the hardest part. Helping them believe and start. Then we all have the same tools. And so I feel like we need to be really excited about the fact that we're able to help coaches get started, but then we're not going to be able to help everybody be a rock star. We're not going to be able to make other people have the same story as us. And I said, but here's my thing. Personally, I got started. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. My coach said, get to Emerald. She said, follow these steps. I did. He goes, yeah, you have to think about where you come from. Not everybody has the background or same story that you have. Maybe they don't have faith. Maybe they don't believe in things they can't see or touch. And he was like, as a Christian, we already have that belief. So we can maybe extend that belief to something that's new, that's uncharted, and we can start something not knowing the desired outcome. Maybe somebody else doesn't have that. I was like, that's a really good point. He said, you know, if you have someone who needs to lose 10 pounds and someone who needs to lose 100, are you going to expect the same outcome in 30 days from both of them? No. You might expect the person who needs to lose 10 pounds to get almost to their goal, but the person who needs to lose 100, there are some issues there that aren't just number related. Because what got them to the point where they used food as a way to cope? What in their story led them to where they are? So you can't just sign up a coach and think that you've given an onboarding process, no matter how flowery, no matter how many bullet points or videos there are, that is going to make a difference because it's up to them. So that's what we've got to remember is it's about the relationship. And I was like, oh gosh, when I was first a coach, like we were in each other's faces all the time. We're having calls like this all the time because we remember it was about relationship and about learning from one another. And it had nothing to do with if it was a website that had the training or if it was Coach Basics or if it was the first 30 or if it was just that getting the quick start. It didn't matter. Because I said, you know what is it that gets us to the point where we just believe and we just are so excited about the opportunity 5 years later as we were when we started? And again, it has to do with our limiting beliefs, our fears, our goals, and our story and where we come from. And so we were talking about how our energy attracts, our vibe attracts our tribe, and how, you know, I'm going to be way more attracted to someone who is showing up every day, who's excited, who's being real, who's being raw, who's letting me into their life just a little bit, as opposed to someone who is, you know, being negative all the time and attacking people and airing their dirty laundry or whatever. And he goes, yeah, but something you have to remember is your vibe attracts your tribe. How did he say it? He goes, our energy attracts like attracts like. It also attracts those who want to be like us, who aren't necessarily the people that we want to work with. Like energy attracts energy, but we're also going to attract people who are like, ooh, I want to be able to take a vacation like them. I want to sign up as a coach. I want to earn it this month. So we might attract 10 people, but there might only be one of those who is our like. And so we can't beat ourselves up about what they aren't doing or how they're not performing or living up to their potential. because it is on them. And so using the Beachbody onboarding process is awesome because it's available to everybody. Using our website is awesome, but don't count on that because that requires me to update it all the time. So I just don't want you guys to think that you have to keep reinventing the wheel or keep making new videos, because we use some of the same videos to explain the coaching opportunity or, the back office or whatever. We use the same videos because they were great. They're our favorites. They might have been from 3 years ago. Sometimes you need to update information, but don't forget that the heart, like there's one video I have of a coaching opportunity and it was from 3 years ago. And I've had people tell me it was the best one we did just because of the way it was shared. Not because the information was better or different, but because of the way it was shared. And so that's going to be my go-to video, even though it was 3 years ago. My hair is different, the atmosphere is different, the information is the same, but the heart came across differently. And so I don't want you guys beating yourself up about onboarding coaches, because it's not something that we can honestly control. We can't. And so we have to release that and, kind of like not beat ourselves up about it as much. But understand that we want to attract all the people. We do. We want to attract Nicole and her motley crew. Hear them all. I like that he said, if we're attracting all the people, that's great. We want to attract people who are like us and who want to be like us. We want to give them all the same tools and run with them the same, but we can't drag people, and we also can't do it for them, but we can invest in them and love on them, and we can help them, and we can emulate to them what, being a coach is, and we can set the bar and all those things that you've heard so many times. But there's nothing wrong with me, and there's nothing wrong with you if people don't onboard the way you did. And I think I was, going like, why don't people get this? It's so simple. Just do the steps and get to Emerald. Boom. Okay, now what? Do the steps and get to Diamond. Boom. But that's my personality. It's not your personality. It's not your friend's personality. It's not your mom's personality. So we've got to quit comparing, but we've also got to stop thinking that something's wrong with me because people aren't doing what we expect them to be doing. Does that make sense? Okay. The other thing was, how do I segue to this? And we've heard this again. I was at leadership, Jamie Fitzpatrick, there was a panel of successful coaches currently. Like, what are they doing differently? And it's funny because nobody's doing anything differently. It's not anything different than we all know and we've all heard. But I'm gonna share it with you because maybe it's something you haven't heard. So Jamie Fitzpatrick, Canadian coach, he and his wife Lauren worked their business together. And he said, I use Coach Basics to onboard everybody. I help them. I make sure they know that Emerald is one of the first goals. Then I say, stop the training until you get to Emerald. Don't read ahead. Don't look ahead because you're not going to understand it. You're not going to get it. It's not going to make sense to you. You're not ready for it yet. You've got to grow into the person who's ready for that next step. And I love that. We tell our kids all the time, you're not ready for that. Well, the same goes with us and with our coaches. We want them to get to the step that they're ready for. Then we want to say, all right, now let's focus on the next one. Because now that you've hit Emerald, you know what that looks like and what that feels like and what you need to do. Diamond is just doing that again and again. And then they go, oh, okay. But if I come to a new coach and I go, you need to get to Diamond, they go, oh my God, what is that? We've got to break it down for them. And we've got to also be bold enough to say, don't have to know everything all at once. Because you are going to drive yourself nuts and you're going to actually paralyze yourself into not moving. Because I was thinking about this. If I had started as a coach not understanding anything about income, not understanding anything about rank, nothing. I love fitness and I love people. Done. If I thought that I was supposed to get to diamond at first, I think it would have shut me down. I would have been freaking out or paralyzed if I had skipped ahead. And maybe you're like that, but maybe your coaches are not. And so I feel like we've got to make sure that people aren't thinking that they have to be a 5-star diamond by the end of the year, that they just need to get to the next step and the next step, because you'll be provided the tools in the time that you need them. And you're provided the experience for the next step in your journey. You're provided the knowledge, the people, the experience, things you need. You're given when you need it. And I also think, and I think Twyla can attest to this, and anybody else who's been in the military, it's an easy example for me to use. Every time we're given a deployment, it rocks us because we know what that feels like. But every time we come out of a deployment, we look back at all of the lessons, all of the blessings, all of the times that God showed up and did immensely more than we could have imagined. And so while it's hard, it's worth it because it prepares us for the next thing. And it's hard to say, when you're going through it or when you're at the beginning of it, but hindsight, you got to know that there's a reason for it. And it's the same thing with our businesses. There's a reason that we go through the trial of having that conversation with someone and having faith that they're ready to go, and then leading them, and then the next thing. So I want to make sure that we're taking everything at the right step and not thinking that we have to know all the answers, or that we have to have the prettiest onboarding process by Jackie, or that we have to have every duck in a row. But if we are doing what we're supposed to every day, and we know that we're moving forward, we'll keep moving forward. It's just kind of, what we talked about, and that sometimes God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. I was like, everything relates back to a country song. Look at that. It's just incredible. So that's all I wanted to share with you from what Josh and I talked about today, because and he said, "Ooh, this is good. I'm actually going to go live and talk about this today." I was like, "Well, you're welcome. You're welcome for that." Just the fact that our energy attracts like attracts like, and it also attracts ones who want to or wish they could be like us. And so we have to know the difference, because the ones who wish they could be like you, having that joy, haven't walked the same road you have. It doesn't just happen. And maybe they're not willing to go through what we have in order to find that freedom and to get to the point where we are. They're attracted to where we are right now. But what they don't understand is they've got to start at the beginning just like everybody else. And so we've got to remind them of that. Whoa. Haven't always been this person. It's taken a lot of growth, a lot of trials, a lot of soul searching, and a lot of Jesus, and a lot of happy, and a lot of everything to get here. So I'm so stoked about helping you start, but you got to walk your own journey, and I'm here to help you and just kind of like break it down. But I don't want you guys to think that the onboarding process is broken or that you're a bad leader like I was thinking. I'm excited when I help someone get started, because that's huge for them. But beyond that, it's up to them to actually do the steps. So anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? I had to mute Nicole because she had a bunch of noise. So FYI, you're muted.
I love the fact that you said one step at a time. And I think that, we do have these big, huge goals. And, of course I want to be a 5-star, but I can't get over freaking 1-star. Like, I can't get over that hump. So I think I need to just go back and baby steps, just work just on that, instead of, paralyzing myself with thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to get to this, that seems so untouchable right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of hit home, just one step at a time. hit that first goal and then go, from there. I think that's huge.
Well, and it's funny because I don't like to keep bringing up examples of like my own, but I hope that they mean something to you. When I don't think you were a coach yet, Amy, because it was the beginning of the first full year. So it was 2014. No, 2013, my bad. We were barely, I think, 2-star qualifying. And that was because I got Chris there and then Katie was a diamond. And that was when Kobe came to me and said, what are your goals? And I said, I don't have any. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. And he goes, well, how about, I said 5-star, because it seems so out there, so far away. He's like, okay. And what we didn't do was focus on how to get people to diamond. It was literally hitting Success Club, inviting and sharing and helping other coaches do the same. That was it. And it was this simple process of just breaking it down into the small things, never looking at the big things. And so at the end of that year, our team was 7-star, because instead of being focused on that big, huge goal, it was focusing on the steps to get there. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I was like, what just happened? Look at you. Oh my gosh. Like, it was exciting because everyone understood it wasn't like, oh my gosh, Lauren wants me to get to. No, it was, guys, we're doing the same thing, you and me. Hitting Success Club, we're sending out invitations, we're following up, we're having team calls, we're getting to know it, we're going to Summit, we're doing the little things. Mm-hmm. And somewhere in there,
it happened.
We were growing, and it was really cool. But I think I think that happens a lot when you set a goal and then you just do. I mean, like you talk about, what is it? Massive action. Mm-hmm. If you have 1 month where you're totally dialed in because life allows it, you can sometimes reap the benefits for months to come. Yeah. I was talking to Emily Robidas from Canada, whose team keeps winning the team cup. And I mean, she's won it 4 times with her team. And I'm like, how does somebody do that? She had 350 Success Club points on her own in 1 month. And, it was ridiculous. I did the math. That's $40,000, just FYI.
So is she a trainer, or does she have an outlet what does she do?
So we were talking to her and she goes, I invested probably $2,000 in ads and I worked like a dog. And she's super competitive. And that was her goal, her team had like 700 points, 700, or maybe I'm making it up. It was a lot. And she on her own was half. She earned half of the Success Club points for her team of 5.
Wow.
And she said, yes, it was an investment. She goes, but I am still having conversations because of that team cup back in August. And it's fueled my business for months. 1 month of massive action fuels it for the rest of the time. So I'm just like, if we're doing the basics and we're doing those things, it begins to compound over time. We all know that, the compound effect. Mm-hmm. And it starts to take on a life of its own and people are coming back to you. And so that's what we have to do, is just do the small things well. Yeah. It starts to happen. And that if we teach our coaches, do the small things well, they eventually, like LaShawna, can see, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like, I can see how it will happen. I have the people, I'm having the conversations. This is happening. I'm going to be diamond. He's going to be diamond in December. And it's just exciting because at some point you look up and go, oh my gosh, wow, I'm so close. When did that happen? Like you said, last month you were able to sign up more coaches than you ever had in 1 month.
What did you get, 5 coaches last month or this month?
4.
She has 5 total.
So 5.
Yeah, 5 total. Mm-hmm.
But I feel very good about getting to 8.
Yeah.
This week, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Like, she can see it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like maybe last month, a couple weeks ago, you didn't see it. Mm-mm. Right. And it's funny how the conversation has flipped with LaShawna and both Elizabeth. It was, I really hope, I think it might. And now it's, oh, it's happening. And I told
That's
myself that, I was like,
that's
something happened.
this is happening.
Like, overnight, they're both like, oh, it's happening, because you can see it.
Mhm.
And either you get creative and you're like, oh, I never thought about it that way. Or, oh yeah, oh, that's another way to look at it. I didn't even think about that. And that's what happens when we have calls like this, or we have a success partner, or we just go, okay, guys, really make a list. Let's talk about this. Like, let's be realistic. Who are you talking to, and who is your for sure? And then you start to go, oh, actually, I have like 4 that can sign up this week. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. So it's just crazy when we stop and get out of our own head and maybe share with one another and come up with solutions. So, but yeah, I think everything we do is boiled down into the small things that add up to the big things.
Mhm.
So that was just like a really cool thing that he said. And then to keep attracting everyone. We were like, I'm attracting my avatar, or I want to attract my ideal coach. Well, who is that? What does that look like? I don't know, because I can't read someone through a screen or through a message, because I don't know their past. I don't know their baggage. I don't know their history. I don't know their goal. I don't know. So we have to figure that stuff out once they become a coach, and break it down into small bite-sized pieces for them, and help them get over their limiting beliefs and all of that stuff. I hope we get to talk about that on the retreat, because, okay, I'm going to take a poll really quickly for you 5 who are here, since you're all going to be there. Would you, coming to Florida, I might be a little snarky with what I'm about to say. Coming to Florida, making sacrifices, investing, that this is an investment in your business, and knowing that you achieved this and earned it. Would you rather come to Florida for just a girls' weekend, or would you rather come to Florida and walk away with like tons of value?
Tons of value.
Tons of value, of course.
Like, is this a trick question? See, I know, Nicole. If there are fun socks involved, then or absolutely both. But you don't want to just come down to party, but you don't want to walk away being like, well, that was really fun, but I didn't really learn anything. Okay. So the thought. It's funny because when we're doing the retreat, with Amber and Stephanie and Joy, and Stephanie's like, I want to have a big party, like all the time. I'm going to need a nap at some point, and I'm going to need to learn something. So, and Joy's like, I just want everyone to have so much massive value. And I'm like, I want the moments where we're laughing, and we're in our jammies, we're going to lunch, we're on the beach, and then I want to come back, and I want to be like digging in and having some come to Jesus moments, and then I want to go to the beach again with a mimosa, or
But I think it's just being there, it to me is a girls' weekend. Like,
I think so too.
Everything else is icing on, or what do you, cherry on top, whatever you say, however you say.
Icing and cherries and topping. Yeah.
We get mimosas while we do training.
Okay, that's helpful. That might help us loosen up, maybe. Okay,
Right.
that idea.
Creative juices start flowing.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, mimosas while training. What is that? Psychology! Oh! My dog just took my computer. Hey, yo, Bubby.
Hi.
You say hi? Come here, baby. Come here, Ollie. Ollie, no bow. No bow. No bow. He's like, Mom, I sleepy. Mommy, I sleepy.
He kills me.
Your baby. Like, Mom, I'm still embarrassed. All right. I like that.
So now you and Amber are sharing a house, and Stephanie and Joy are sharing a house.
Yeah. So what's really funny is, Stephanie wanted to have the big house that we all meet at, with a big open area so that everyone could fit. And we're like, sweet. Okay. How many people do you have coming? And she and Joy are like, we have 8. And I'm like, Amber and I are going to have 18, maybe. So we need the bigger house. So I was like, oh my gosh, I I don't want us to be so spread out that we're isolated. You started to think, I have that person I like, I don't want to be left out. I don't want my team to be left out. And so I said, that's great. Like, you have the house you want everybody to come to, but I don't want to feel like we're isolated and going back to our house alone. I still want there to be a lot of energy. So I reached out to Amber. I was like, if we share a house, we can get a bigger house with more room. And she was like, yes. So started looking and found YOLO and going with that. And maybe we have to bring some air mattresses if, more people can come, which is awesome. But I'm excited because Amber and I, when we were all talking, Amber and I really wanted that one-on-one time with our teams. Because at first it was like, well, if we have extra people, just send them to another house. And I was like, no. I couldn't do that. I couldn't have 2 of my personally sponsored coaches or our team, anybody, go to another house and not have that time with them. I don't want that. That's not the point of this. The point is us for us to be together, but then to us to be together. So Amber and I had the same idea. We wanted our teams in one place. So we just get a house. And Stephanie, Joy are like, if you were there last year, remember how we worked out in all those green spaces? So they're north of the town center on one of those greens, and we're like a block from the beach. Like, you can see it. So, and I was like, Amber, you want to be close to the beach? She goes, yeah. I was like, me too. But then it has bikes and it has, it's just going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. So I'm so excited. So excited. So what else do you guys have to talk about? Jackson just texted me and said he forgot his lunch. So I am going to have to leave in a minute to go take my monkey his lunch. What else do we want to talk about? I love seeing you guys.
No, I love it too. Let's see.
I am so thankful you're doing the team call, Amy. Like, I'm going to hug you and kiss you right now.
I'm so proud.
Oh!
I said, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I do not know where I'm going with it, but yeah. However, I did listen to Ali Testioni.
Yes.
Her call yesterday, and she did. She had a great call, so maybe I'll kind of piggyback on her. The invite process of coaching. She had 6 steps, so maybe I'll do
like that.
So yeah, she's
anything that breaks things down into like manageable. Oh, I just have to follow these steps.
That's
awesome. Like the tracker. I like, not guarantees, but I like knowing that if I do this, this is the result. If I do this, I should get this. Mm-hmm. Like baking. If I put all this ingredients together, something awesome and yummy and that rises is going to come out. If I skip something,
that's so true. Yeah.
And I really love simplifying things that other people think are like, oh my gosh, I'm biting. No, just follow this. Amy Call graphic. Thank you for doing that. Okay. And then the Friday champions.
Yeah. December 1st.
That's crazy, you guys. December.
Seems like we were just in January.
I feel that same way, yeah. This year has gone flying by. That's Autumn and Kim. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah. How do you guys feel about, as a team, like sponsoring a family or doing something like that for Christmas? We talked about like doing team gifts and things like that. And
Awesome.
I just don't know about giving a thing. You know what I mean?
I think that's a great idea.
What organizations? She has an orthodontist appointment. She's doing braces.
Tiara and Tavia.
No way.
Yeah.
Are they getting them today?
I don't know.
Oh.
They want them.
They want them. It's so funny because my kids are both like, making things out of paper clips,
Yeah.
you know? And I was like, that's disgusting.
I
They wanted braces so bad. I did the same thing. They wanted braces so badly, and then when they got them, they're like, I hate these things.
Get these things. That's what I told them is going to happen. I was like, you're going to be miserable, but okay.
That's fine.
Violet, your glasses are so cute.
Oh, thanks.
I love them.
Yeah, I like them. I think the biggest fun thing was the colorful rubber bands.
Yeah.
Oh, if you can't get it to school by 12:05, then don't bring it. I have to bring it. Guys, I have to go because if I don't see him, he doesn't come home until 5. He will not survive. He will.
Yeah.
You guys can keep talking and just, I can just pause it and come back and maybe you'll still be here. Okay, so we've talked about everything. I'm pausing.